breaking down the best, worst Avengers 4 theories. Avengers 4 is less than a year away, but that's not stopping the Marvel Cinematic Universe heads from coming up with all kinds of fan theories about what is going to happen to Earth's mightiest heroes. Now, of course, as things go with the internet, these theories are all over the map, some good, some bad, and some are just plain what the F. So we thought it'd be a great time to break down some of the best/worst Avengers 4 fan theories. First up, could Hawkeye be a Skrull? Ever since it was announced that the Captain Marvel solo film would be including the shape-shifting alien race the Skrulls as villains, fans have been clamoring for a secret invasion-style storyline to weave its way into the MCU, where heroes have been infiltrated and replaced with evil alien versions of themselves, creating an atmosphere of who can you really trust? And with Hawkeye's noted absence from Infinity War, fans were quick to suspect the reason he was MIA is because he has been replaced with a Skrull. While that storyline would be fun, it makes zero sense to incorporate Secret Invasion into the Avengers' battle with Thanos. To set all of that up and then pay it off effectively while trying to resolve half the universe getting dusted would be a narrative nightmare. We're going to consider this fan theory debunked. That said, we wouldn't be surprised to see it pop up in a few years. Number 2, could Thor use his sister Hela to bring his brother Loki back from the dead? Now, this theory was posted on Reddit by user IanMoon13 a few months ago, and now it's making the rounds on the bigger blogs. IanMoon13 connected the dots from an interview with Mark Ruffalo where he talked about how he'd worked with Cate Blanchett recently and sightings of Blanchett near the Avengers 4 filming location to put together a theory that Thor will use the Death Queen to bring Loki back from the dead to help in the fight against Thanos. This theory sounds cool on paper, but the big flaw here is that Hela died at the hands of Surtur during Ragnarok. While, yes, these are comic stories and characters come back from the dead all the time, Loki. Going out of the way to bring one character back to life just so that they can bring another character back to life seems like one too many hoops to jump through. Plus, what would Hela's motivation be to help Thor? Sorry folks, Occam's razor says nope to this one. Fan theories number 3 and 4. Will Black Widow die to convince the Hulk to get back into the fight, and will Bucky sacrifice himself to save Captain America? No and no. Bucky may currently be a pile of dust, but Winter Soldier actor Sebastian Stan still has 4 movies left on his massive 9-film contract with Marvel. Captain America actor Chris Evans, on the other hand, is supposedly wrapping things up during the events of Avengers 4, so Captain America is probably done, but Bucky ain't going anywhere. Though there's less info available about ScarJo's Marvel contract, Marvel is currently developing a Black Widow standalone film, and we doubt they'd spend the time on that if they planned on saying bye-bye to Black Widow actress Scarlett Johansson anytime soon. Both of these fan theories are debunked. And now, let's explore some Avengers 4 fan theories that are a little more possible. Fan theory 5. Could a shiny new Groot grow from the handle of Thor's Stormbreaker axe? Now this is one that we actually pitched right after Avengers 3 hit the screens during the creation of Thor's latest weapon, Stormbreaker, in Infinity War. Groot offered up his own arm to give the axe its wooden handle. Though Groot disappeared after Thanos' snap, his arm still remains as part of Thor's weapon. As was established in the first Guardians of the Galaxy film, a new Groot can regrow from pieces of a Groot body. Theoretically, a new Groot should grow from Stormbreaker's handle. Though this fan theory definitely has some legs, in an interview with the Huffington Post last May, director Joe Russo headed this theory off at the pass, saying, "I don't know if every piece of him that detaches can grow a future version of him, but who's to say? That's an interesting question." So even if it makes logical sense, the Avengers 4 directors seem skeptical about Groot's regenerative abilities, so this theory is gonna make like a tree and leave.
Nailed it.
The shame. Fan theory 6. Will Shuri become the new Black Panther? Shuri has taken on the Black Panther title in the comics, and wanting to become the protector of Wakanda is a huge part of her character motivation. Now, with the current Black Panther snapped into kitty litter by Thanos, Wakanda will need a new hero. But we suspect that with T'Challa just becoming king in 2018's Black Panther film, which made over $1 billion at the box office, Marvel's going to save Shuri's rise to the throne until a few years down the line. This theory just doesn't land feet first. Or on its feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it works better.
Yeah. Little kitty beans. Coming in at number 7 is what's known as the Time Stone theory, which was shared by Redditor Lol Guru. In this theory, the reason Doctor Strange plucked the Time Stone from invisibility to hand it over to Thanos was not because he had used a magic spell to hide it in plain sight. It's because he had sent the Time Stone into the future and was bringing it back to the present. The thinking behind this is that Doc Strange had sent the Time Stone to the future to be found and used by Tony Stark, who's still on Titan. Now, while there are a few additional parts of this theory that lose us, like how the Infinity Gauntlet destroys itself after the snap due to a paradox of an out-of-place stone, that all said, the base theory is enough to keep on our radar. At number 8 is a theory which makes so much sense that even Ant-Man and the Wasp director Peyton Reed gets behind it, the Ant-Man quantum realm time travel theory. Now, most of you may remember that your friendly neighborhood spoiler man, Tom Holland, may have dropped a slight spoiler for Avengers 4 in an interview back in April. The young Thomas casually mentioned that a lot of Benedict Cumberbatch's Infinity War lines had to do with the quantum realm. However, none of those lines were actually in Infinity War, which could mean that those scenes will be used in Avengers 4 and that the quantum realm will play heavily in wrapping up the story. And the quantum realm also tracks as an important key to undusting the galaxy because at the very end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, in which, spoiler, Scott Lang is stuck in the quantum realm, he gets a heads up earlier in the film from Janet Van Dyne to watch out for time vortexes while he's down there, suggesting that one might be able to do some time traveling via the quantum realm. And of course, there's the Avengers 4 set photos that show Ant-Man with the original Avengers at the Battle of New York. So we have lots of reasons to believe that Ant-Man will in fact be traveling back to the past to enlist the help of the past Avengers. But what do you folks think? Could a Skrull be impersonating Hawkeye? Will it finally make him interesting for a change? Does the quantum realm hold the key to saving the universe? Do you think we will get some form of an answer in Captain Marvel? Let's discuss. Be sure to like, subscribe, and mash that little bell to get notified every time we drop a video or go live with the show. And hey, have you checked out What the Friday? It's our pop culture weekend review breakdown where we discuss, debate, and then get too heated over trivia. You can check it out on Fridays at 1 p.m. Pacific on ProjectAlpha.com. Just use the promo code ALPHA60 to get yourself a 60-day free trial. And if you miss it live, you can always check out the podcast version on iTunes, Spotify, and wherever fine podcasts are found.